The plastic goes in here.
It's recycling day and Michelle and daughter Martha are sorting through the rubbish. For a family of 4, putting the right item in the right bin takes time. And no one's quite sure where it all ends up. Do you know where your recycling goes?
I've absolutely no idea.
What about you, Martha? Any ideas?
Where do you think it goes?
Where it goes after the bin people take it to a landfill.
Why do you think recycling is important?
So then the animals that might have lived in the landfill can get their maybe green area back.
That's true.
True,
That's
yeah.
true.
And using less resources, using resources properly. We can't keep using, the way we are using at the moment.
In Wales, 65% of our waste is recycled, saving £107 million. And from next year, the target is for 70% of rubbish to be recycled. But what really happens to our rubbish after it's collected from the curbside? Its journey in Cardiff starts at the city's mixed recycling facility. All this rubbish is sorted through by hand, contaminants are removed, and what's left made into bales, which are sold on for recycling at specialist plants. And that, in a nutshell, is a circular economy.
Yeah, and that's the aim. We move in the old-fashioned of a linear economy where we used to collect, use and dispose of. We now collect, use, put back into the loop to be used again.
And 500,000 tonnes of that material is recycled right here in Wales, with much of the remainder processed elsewhere in the UK. But some of it goes abroad. Welsh rubbish could end up in any of 15 European countries, or even further afield. For example, you'll find Welsh plastic in China and paper in Southeast Asia. Well, the ITV budget didn't quite extend as far as Vietnam. Instead, I've come to Kent, where much of your paper and cardboard recycling is processed. Each of these bales weighs a tonne. 300 tonnes of it comes to this plant each day. In total, the plant near Maidstone recycles nearly 800 tonnes a day. When the rubbish is baled, it's moved from the yard to the pulper, a giant machine where old paper and cardboard is mixed with water and turned into pulp. It's like a giant food blender where bales are being broken down into paper fibre, which can then be used to make new paper. The recycled paper is rolled onto giant reels, each weighing up to 35 tonnes.
The mill makes around 800 tonnes of paper reels that we then sell on to our corrugators in the UK and Ireland.
What happens to the paper and cardboard you can't recycle?
Well, when paper and cardboard has been recycled perhaps over 10 times, the fibre lengths reduce, and anything that we can't recycle is made into a product that then goes to either compost or land bread.
And that's not the end of the process. When the paper leaves here, it gets taken to a manufacturer, where it gets turned into something like this, or like this. And then the cycle begins again. And you have a part to play. By taking care the right rubbish goes in the right container, it's claimed you can even save money.
Genuinely, source segregated at source, so in the house, is higher quality recyclate. So the local authorities sell that on to the reprocessors and they get a price back for it. So the more we can do it in the home, the higher the price, the lower the council tax, the better the services.
Other materials like plastic, metal or glass go through their own recycling processes. There's a quiet revolution on our curbsides. Increasingly the things you throw away don't disappear for good. Richard Morgan, ITV News in Cardiff.